The U.S. stock market rebounded Monday after President Trump appeared to walk back imposing new tariffs on Chinese goods. The markets did take a tumble on Friday after the president threatened to issue an additional 100% tariffs on Chinese imports starting November 1st. In response, China warned it would impose new port fees on U.S. commercial ships. But in a post on social media Sunday, Trump wrote, quote, "Don't worry about China. It will all be fine." CBS News senior business and technology correspondent Jo Ling Kent joins us now. Jo Ling, thanks so much for being with us here. The president there saying, don't worry about China. But is this threat of these new tariffs still on the table?
Well, the story isn't over yet. This is just another step in this roller coaster between the U.S. and China. And when you look at where the U.S. is in terms of negotiations, we know, according to Secretary Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, that they're slated to continue forward. But this really stemmed from the Chinese move on rare earth minerals, those important resources that go into cell phones and other critical electronics. And that's where the U.S. is at a pretty distinct disadvantage. So President Trump saying, OK, things are going to be fine. We're going to work it out with the Chinese. But it's important to mention that the Commerce Ministry in China said, their spokesman saying, we don't want a trade war, but we're also not afraid of one. And so as these talks continue, these next steps go forward, we do expect continual tension. And these two sides certainly have a lot to work out. And a lot of those specifics are still not ironed out, Nancy.
Given how much they do have to work out, Jo Ling, where do these talks really go from here?
Yeah, we heard from Secretary Bessent today that the staff level talks will continue this week in Washington, D.C. And then the two presidents, Xi Jinping and President Trump, are still slated to speak on the sidelines of APEC in South Korea at the end of this month. That's still on track, according to the Treasury Secretary. So we'll see what happens here, but certainly a lot of tension and drama. And if you look at what happened with the U.S. markets on Friday, and then you take a look at what happened today, some could argue that, look, you see that market pressure and the market tanking, and then you see a reversal, a softening, so to speak, of where the President Trump stands on this issue. I expect we'll see some more roller coaster riding to go. There's probably going to be some more ups and downs for all the investors in the market right now.
We know you'll be covering it all as usual. Jo Ling Kent, thank you very much.
Thanks, Nancy.